What's up, you guys? I'm Sophia Nova, and I just posted a video previous to this one about misconceptions of astrology. And after I posted it, I realized I left out the most major misconception. And the reason why I overlooked it is because, from a perspective of somebody that studies astrology, you almost forget that people don't understand this very thing because you're in it and but I remembered this and I have to talk about it. So, okay, the biggest misconception is that you are only represented by your sun sign. So, everybody that you ask, what's your sign, right? And they'll tell you, oh, I'm a Libra, I'm a Capricorn, etc., right? What they are telling you is your sun sign, and that is where the sun was, which constellation it was in when you were born. And that is the most common thing that all of us know about astrology. And little does everybody know, you do embody your sun sign, but what astrology studies is the entire birth chart, which incorporates the placements of every single planet in our solar system. So not only do you have a sun sign, you have a moon sign, and you have a Mercury and a Mars and a Venus and Jupiter and Saturn and Uranus and Neptune and Pluto. All of those planets are in your birth chart, and combined, they all talk about your personality as a whole. But you are not your sun sign. You can't walk around saying that every Capricorn is the same. Obviously, they're not. They share similar traits, but you have to consider not only all the planets and where they were, but you consider the house placements, which is a house is a section of your birth chart. And one of the major houses is your rising, your ascendant. And the ascendant holds the rising sign. So if you hear, what's your rising or what's your ascendant, those are the same things. And actually, the rising sign, the ascendant, is a more accurate, comprehensive description of who you are as a whole. So a lot of astrologers will, when they're getting their horoscope, like a daily horoscope from an astrologer, instead of looking at their sun sign and horoscope for Capricorn, and then that's my sun sign, I would look at my rising sign instead, which is Leo. And a lot of times my Leo horoscope is more accurate to my life because that's my rising, and my rising is more specific to my life and like the areas of my life. So that is the biggest misconception, is just saying that, oh, I'm a Capricorn, and then that's it. It's like, no, we all have placements of every single planet in our solar system, including the moon and the sun, which are technically called illuminaries because one of them gives off light and one of them reflects that light. But we still call them planets for simplicity. So the moon and the sun, we'll call them planets, even though they're not technically planets. So just be aware that every single person has a moon sign, a Venus sign, everything. And all of those placements together create who you are. And it's not just the constellation that planet is in, but it's the dignity of that constellation. So how well does that planet do in that constellation? Is it comfortable in that constellation? Does it do well there? Does it struggle there? What about aspects? Every single planet in your birth chart will have an aspect to another planet, just based on the fact that it's in a wheel, and geometrically they will have an aspect to the rest of the birth chart. So, and those aspects determine how everything works together as a whole. So, I mean, that is the most basic way that I can explain it to you, as far as just like a baby explanation of what a birth chart actually is. And one day I will put out a formal birth chart 101 video again, but with more accurate information. But this is the main thing that I want everybody to know if they are into astrology or curious about it. But beginners, just understand that your sun sign is literally 1% of your entire chart, and it will give you, you will identify with it. But once you learn everything else about yourself via your birth chart, you will start to identify with your moon sign more or your rising sign. Um, and things will make a lot more sense as to like the aspects of your personality and the subtleties of who you are as a person. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope this was helpful. I just felt like obligated to make this other video because even though I made a misconceptions video, I did leave this out, and I'm just like, nah, I had to add this to it. So that's that. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to click the subscribe button if you haven't already, and click the bell notification so you get notified when I post, because right now I'm on a wonky schedule. So thank you for doing that, and also clicking the like button on this video. That helps me a lot as well. And I will see you guys in the future. Bye.